You're looking live at CSI Gymnasium here on the campus of the College of Southern Idaho. Mike Christensen here alongside our camera operator Phoebe Hamilton. Tonight, the 9th-ranked CSI women's basketball team hosts Central Wyoming College as part of the Coca-Cola Classic. The Lady Golden Eagles are 4-1 on the young season after winning 2 of 3 games in Florida last weekend. Now they're back home with the first of 2 games in 2 nights as the Rustlers of Central Wyoming come to town. CSI head coach Randy Rogers is closing in on 500 career wins with the Golden Eagles. Had the chance to catch up with Coach Rogers just minutes ago to talk about tonight's matchup and the season thus far. Here's the coach. All right, Coach Rogers, last week, trip down to Florida, 3 games down there. Your team went 2-1. Just talk about that trip and the season so far heading into tonight.
Yeah, it was a great trip. You know, it was fun to get away from, playing teams out here in the West and go back to the East where 2 of those teams were 2 of the best teams in the country last year. Eastern Florida was really good last year, and so is Florida Southwest. They got upset by Chipola in the conference tournament. Didn't go to the Nationals after being ranked top 10 all year. So both those teams will have a chance to get back to the national tournament. Playing them on their floor with all the travel, the flights, we flew into Tampa, and then we had to drive through, 2.5 hours down to Fort Myers, and but it was good. We were able to take the kids down to the beach and show them the disaster. And it was just, that's not great. But
pretty humbling. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It shocked me to see some of the stuff I saw still, and that's 6 weeks after. So, but we really couldn't help. They wouldn't let us help. They still had like disaster people there helping and stuff. But it was a good trip. And then on the floor, we played a Miami-Dade team that I felt like we were, 20 to 30 points better than. They kept kind of keeping it close. I thought that was our worst game we played. End up winning that game. And then we had Florida Southwest on their own floor. We were getting them pretty good for a long time, and then we let them come back and cut that into that lead and made it a game at the end. So Eastern Florida, just, a combination of they're really, really good. A lot of size, a lot of good shooters, a lot of Division I transfers that they have came in from that were playing Division I last year, with some of the kids back from last year. So they were legit. We hung in there for a while, then they kind of spaced it out just a little bit, and then. Stop that. I'm sorry. But I think overall got to play 2 ranked teams, and I thought our kids competed. One thing we're doing, we're competing, and we're excited to get back at it tonight.
Do you feel like your team grew from the experience in Florida? Better?
I think so. I think what we grew at is the visual and the physical play and what the national tournament looks like. Sometimes we don't get that out here unless we go and play, teams in Texas and stuff. But that's what the majority of the teams back at the national tournament for Florida and Texas and, are really athletic, good size, a lot of Division I players. And so I think that was an eye-opener for some of our kids. But it wasn't a lack of, hey, how are we going to beat this team? I really believe that we felt like we can compete with these guys and have a chance to beat them. So I think in that, and I think the kids know that they're still competing for time on the floor. And so you'll see our kids even tonight with this team. They're not going to come out and just be light. We're going to get after it, and we'll hold them accountable and try to get better at some things that we're not doing a very good job at right now.
So looking at these 2, Coca-Cola Classic, you get Central Wyoming tonight. They haven't won yet this year, and tomorrow an old SWAC foe in North Idaho is here in town. So what are your thoughts on these 2 games?
Well, Central's got a new coach. They obviously have a new point guard because we have their point guard from last year's team with Liv Knapp. They're competing. When I watch them, they're small and they play fast and they try to get to the rim. And if we're not guarding and being in help side and gap, they're going to get to the rim and then you're at the mercy of possibly put them on the foul line, stopping the game. I think the slower paced game with lots of stoppages is a huge disadvantage for us. And we talk to our kids a lot about that. No more fouling away from, the basket, 94 feet, reaching when a player's going away from the ball or the basket. So there's just so many things we're trying to correct. Our rebounding's got to get better. We've had big rebounding games, but I think we're out-rebounding our opponents by 2 right now because we got out-rebounded pretty bad in Florida. Miami-Dade had 29 offensive rebounds on us. And 59 rebounds total, and we still won that game by 15 or so. So we got to get better at that. We're talking about that, and there'll be some new, not punishment, but some attention grabbers on Monday morning for kids that aren't boxing out, for kids that aren't going through the glass when they need to go to the glass. So we got to get better at those things. And then the execution of our offenses. Obviously, Eastern Florida's took us out. That coach did such a good job. I don't know where she got all of our plays, but every call I made, she knew that play. We probably ran 15 different sets, and she knew them all. So it's like really disappointing. I don't know if her kids did. They switched everything. So, and when they're switching a really athletic kid from, a 6'1" kid guard me that can stay in front of me to a 6'3" kid that can stay in front of me now. So, we got to figure out what we're going to do when teams switch everything like that. And, I'd imagine these guys are going to switch it, but they're switching it with 5'5" guards. So we'll see.
A little different test. Yes. Everybody healthy, last thing for you. Everybody healthy going into
Well, we had a dislocation on Tuesday, but she's released to play right now. She dislocated her shoulder. Isabel Arvey. She'll be taped up and stuff, and we're going to try to use her a little bit. But, this is going to be a big weekend for her because we want to get her some minutes, especially at the backup point guard spot. Other than that, I think we're healthy besides Braley and, Jalea Sampson still won't be able to go until the second semester. So.
Okay. Well, best of luck, Coach. Thanks for the time.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Grateful to have a chance to visit with Coach Rogers pregame as the 4-1 Golden Eagles get set to take on Central Wyoming. The Rustlers are 0-4 on the season. They've had blowout losses to 3 Scenic West teams. They're led by a first-year head coach in Leighton Westmoreland. Chevelle Boyd leads the way in scoring for Central with 16 points a game. The Coca-Cola Classic got underway earlier today with North Idaho College beating Community Christian 64-54. In the afternoon game, the Golden Eagles will play North Idaho tomorrow. North Idaho was led by Paige Beam, the former Twin Falls High star. Beam had 9 points, 16 rebounds, and 5 assists for North Idaho, which also got 12 points from Megan Cowley. Sakura Bradley led Community Christian with 20 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals in the losing effort. They fell to 0-7 overall. First game for North Idaho, they're now 1-0 going into the game with CSI tomorrow after that 64-54 victory earlier today. So we're about ready to meet our starting lineups here at the College of Southern Idaho and get this one underway as 9th-ranked CSI takes on Central Wyoming. And we'll see if Izzy Arvey's able to give it a go, as Coach Rogers said, a little bit banged up.
Sports fans, before we meet the starting lineups for this evening's ball game, I'm sure you are all aware of the tragedy that happened in Moscow earlier this week as 4 students tragically lost their lives.
Here in the arena, they were talking about the horrible tragedy at the University of Idaho, and we're going to take a moment of silence here.
Try to navigate this tragedy. Thank you. And now let's continue on with our tournament here at the Coca-Cola Invitational. It's game number 2.
Get a chance here to meet the starters, but through 5 games for CSI, Liv nap time, 12.8 points a game to lead the Golden Eagles in scoring. She also has 27 assists through 5 games, so more than 5 assists a game to lead the way for the Eagles. Grisel Mendoza is number 0. She's the starter at point guard, just 5'1", point guard for Central. Chevelle Boyd is that leading scorer we told you about. She's 5'1", sophomore, 16 points per game. Ivana Beach is 5'10", sophomore from Serbia. Kalisa New is 5'11", freshman, sophomore from, 5'11", forward, a sophomore from Brisbane, Australia for Central. And rounding out the starting lineup is Melanie Garcia. She's number 22 at 5'5" out of El Paso, Texas. Leighton Westmoreland, the headman. Aubrey Gara is the assistant coach, and they come in 0-4, looking for a big upset of number 9 CSI. And now we'll have a chance to meet the Golden Eagles. Invite you to come back later tonight around 7 o'clock. The CSI men will be on the floor against Wenatchee Valley College out of Washington. CSI men 6-0, ranked number 7. So both top 10 teams here for the Golden Eagles. But the ladies take the floor first here, and we meet the leading scorer, Liv Knapp, number 10. She's the point guard, and she actually played at Central Wyoming a year ago as a transfer to CSI. Kaylee Hedrick, 11.6 points, 9.6 rebounds, basically averaging a double-double, is number 14, the 5'10 freshman from Bluffdale, Utah. She has been a revelation for this team, playing really well. Kennedy Eskelson, number 21, 5'8 sophomore from Smithfield, Utah. And Alyssa Liss Christensen, she's number 30. She is 6'3". She is a sophomore, and she is headed to Boise State to continue her career. And Tylee Jones, T. Jones rounds out that starting 5, the sophomore from Rigby. And those are your 5 starters for the Golden Eagles. Christensen, who will play for the Broncos next year up in Boise, averaging a double-double as well. 11.2 points, 10.2 rebounds. She has 11 blocks through 5 games, so just over 2 blocks a game for this CSI team. Knapp, Hedrick, Christensen are the 3 Golden Eagles averaging double figures thus far. Courtney Stothard not far behind him at 8.8 points and 3.4 boards. She had a really good week in Florida. We'll see what she does off the bench here for the Golden Eagles. And a shout out to her mom, Veronica, who watches these broadcasts down in Australia despite some crazy time differences at different times. I think it's morning tomorrow there as we tip it off, and Christensen tips it back to Hedrick and to Knapp, and away we go as the Golden Eagles get it underway. Jones up top to Hedrick, and now back to the point guard Knapp. Level drive, floated up, and rebounded by Hedrick. That's her specialty, cleaning up the glass. Knapp gets in the lane. Christensen gets a good look at a 3 and comes up just a little shy on the long triple try. But again, Hedrick on the glass, cleaning it up, but throws it away, and a turnover. And here comes Boyd and the Rustlers of Central Wyoming. Number 2, Chevelle Boyd, the leading scorer for this team. Ivana Bish, also a dangerous player for them out of Serbia. It's kind of the 2 leading scorers for Central. They get it down underneath to New. She goes up in the lane and can't score over Christensen, and again cleared by Hedrick, who has 3 boards in the early going. Gets away with a double dribble, but nobody saw it. And the Eagles will keep it, and Knapp will reset it. Do not want to go to sleep when you're defending Liv Knapp. She will light you up. Game will come alive. She finds Hedrick. Beautiful assist. First bucket of the game. 2-0 Eagles. 8:35 to go first quarter. Boyd hands it off up top to Mendoza. And they work it on the weave here. Now driving the alley is Bish, and she throws it up and can't score. Christensen clears it. And the Eagles come the other way with an early 2-0 lead. And as Liv drives, she's bumped and fouled. First foul of the game. Be a side out for the Golden Eagles. Knapp, a liberal arts major, takes the jumper and comes up just a little shy there. Central works it around the outside. And Garcia's bumped and fouled on the drive. Number 22 getting into the lane. Tylee Jones will pick that foul up for the Eagles. Ball comes into Boyd. And New drives the alley, gets cut off, and throws that one away out of bounds. Turnover for the Rustlers. Central Wyoming lost 101-40 to Snow College, 100-72 to Utah State Eastern, 97-61 to Air Force Prep, and 81-63 to Colorado Northwestern ahead of today's game. So CSI heavy favorites in this one, but it's a battle early on. Christensen takes an extra step trying to get that pass off, turns it over. Tomorrow at 5, CSI will play North Idaho College. First turnover of the day for the Eagles as Boyd drives it the other way and hands it off. And a corner three off the mark for Beach, but it comes right back to her. She chases the loose ball, tries the 15-footer, and it's good. Ivana Beach, 5'10 sophomore from Sabak, Serbia, puts it down. Tylee Jones quickly the other way, can't score, tipped out of bounds. And they're going to give it back to Central Wyoming, tied up 2-2. 6:52 to go, first quarter. Between number 9 CSI and Central Wyoming here in the Coca-Cola Classic. Thanks for joining us on the Scenic West Athletic Network. 3-ball for Boyd is short, and Hedrick clears it again. She's piling up the rebounds early. Jones quickly the other way. Gives it up beautifully. Nice dump-off pass there to Kennedy Eskelson. And the sophomore puts it home. And CSI has a 4-2 lead here in the early going. CSI women ranked as high as 6th here in the early season. Went 2-1 on that Florida trip. Really tested last week, as Coach Rogers mentioned in the pregame. Beat one ranked team and lost to another. And now come in 4-1 on the season. Quick pass down to Knapp. She goes behind the back to Jones, who will take the three. And back rim it. And cleared by Beige for Central Wyoming. Being from Serbia, her last name is spelled B-I-J-I-C, but pronounced Beige. Christensen, nice rebound there. She and Hedrick both dominating on the glass early and headed for likely another double-digit rebounding game. First sub of the game, Courtney Stothard, number 24 out of Australia. 8.8 points, 3.4 boards per game. She's got 7 steals on the season. Does a lot for this CSI team. She's into the lineup as Christensen holds up top. And an open three is in and out for Stothard, but Christensen's right there to get it. She'll miss the putback. Stothard follows. She'll miss, and she's fouled. And Courtney Stothard will go to the foul line and have a chance for a couple of free throws. Stothard hoping to go into nursing, possibly become a physiotherapist as well. Is the kind of thing she's thinking about education-wise. As first free throws up and down for her. She will have one more. Knocks it home. And the Eagles lead by 4. CSI with some pressure now. Ball comes into Alexis Varela, who's in for the first time. And into the front court comes Mendoza. CSI with some substitutions. Izzy Army, nice defense, forces the turnover as they step on the sideline. Harvey had that dislocation earlier in the week, but she's out there now, number 4, freshman out of Blackfoot. Christensen the screen, gets it back, and goes underneath, knocked out of bounds. Tipped away by Megan Urbanski. And now Jill Lundgren, number 5, enters the game for the Eagles. That'll take us to a media timeout at the 4:46 mark. First quarter, CSI 6, Central Wyoming 2. You're watching the Scenic West Athletic Network.
We would like to thank our sponsors: K&T Steel, Wright Physical Therapy, and S&D Automotive Maintenance and Repair.
The questions I had about coming to physical therapy during the pandemic are, should I wait till the pandemic's over? I've gone down that road where I've not gone to PT and things got worse. And so I decided that I wasn't going to wait. Everybody working here is wearing a mask. All the workout equipment is all spaced appropriately. I see people constantly cleaning it for my safety, and I know that they care while I'm here.
We're surrounded by viruses, and if you vape, you could be breaking down your body's ability to defend itself. The chemicals in vapor damage your lungs on a cellular level, leaving you at risk. Get the sick truth about vaping at BehindTheHaze.com.
We're back here at the College of Southern Idaho. Quick bucket for Lundgren as the Eagles go up 8-2. So after kind of a slow start offensively, they're starting to pull away a little bit. Taylor Elam, number 4, is in for Central. Now driving the alley. Varela, she'll miss, and Christensen another rebound. Just dominating with that 6'3" size. No one over 6 feet tall on the roster for the visitors, and an easy bucket underneath for Jill Lundgren. Number 5 scores it again, and Eagles now up 10-2, dominating here in the first quarter. Hand off to Elam, 5'8" freshman from DeSoto, Texas. And that's going to be a turnover. Goes out of bounds, but down on the ground. It's Kinga Stakowska, number 3 for the Golden Eagles. Shaken up there, she collided with Mendoza. And the Eagles will inbound as Callie Haslip comes in, number 22 for the Eagles, a freshman out of Puyallup, Washington. See if they let her check in. And she will pass it in as CSI going to the bench. Or at least a deep squad for Coach Randy Rogers. Handoff up top. Stothard kicks it. Harvey wearing number 4. They wanted to give her some good look at the backup point guard spot. Has a nice drive, but can't get it to go. Harvey kicks it across. Haslip, good shooter from the outside, but pump fakes it. Lundgren, short on the mid-range jumper. She's got a good touch from there, but that one came up a little shy. And Varela races to the front court and sets it up top to Chevelle Boyd, number 2. Portland, Oregon product and leading scorer for Central. Up top, off the glass and down for Taylor Elam. Don't know if she called bank or not, but she puts that one home off the glass. 10-4 with 2:53 to go. In quarter number 1 as Arvey works the offense to Stothard. She'll dribble around up top. Haslip, open 3, money. Callie Haslip knocks it down from deep, and the Eagles stretch that lead to 13-4. As Killa Cow, as her nickname is on this team, knocks down the triple. Communications major, good bucket there. Lundgren rebounds. You can tell CSI using that size up front there, really dominating the rebounds. And that's going to be a big part of this game. Driving in is Stothard, blocking foul. And that's going to be free throws. The foul will go against Hayden Colley, number 42. She's the tallest player on the Central Wyoming Rustlers roster. She's a 6-foot freshman from Wimberley, Texas. She just about got there, close to a charge there, but the free throws go to Stothard. And number 24 will have a chance for 2 more at the foul line. Youngest of three. And proud of her gorgeous nieces, Amelia and Eliza. Wants to shout out them. She'll have one more. It's great to see her back out there after a knee injury shortened her season a year ago. Wearing that brace, she knocks them both down. Eagles up 15-4, 2:16 to go in quarter number one. And Christensen will get a rest for the Eagles. Tacey Harper, local product out of Paul, Idaho, and Minico High School, is on the floor for the Eagles now. She wears number 12. Lots of energy from the little point guard. And that's going to be another turnover from Central. Some extra steps that time and another turnover. And CSI off to the races here with a 15-4 lead over the Rustlers. And possession here as we wind down quarter number one. Harvey will inbound to Harper, and here we go. Harper flashes to the lane. Now Harvey will drive in this cleared out space. Throws it off the glass. A little bit of body there from Elam. And it's going to be another trip to the foul line for the Golden Eagles. And Izzy Harvey, number 4, get a chance from the stripe to add to the CSI lead. First one is good. That one comes off the mark, but a nice rebound by Haslip, and they'll reset it to Harvey. Steph Curry, her favorite player. See if she can show off some of his range today. She drives the alley. Beautiful dump-off pass and a gorgeous assist from Harvey to Lundgren. Bucket for the Eagles. They set that up perfectly. And Lundgren having a nice quarter in the scoring book. 18-4 Eagles. Colley holds it, backs in, gives it up. Vonabij is cut off there by Harper, and they go out front. Camu Jones is number 1. She's in the first time as Stothard picks up another steal, and she's bumped at midcourt by Jones. And in the bonus, that will send CSI to the foul line, and Stothard, her third trip to the charity stripe in this quarter, knocks down another. Two-for-two trip for Stothard, 20-4 Eagles. And Maddie Clayton checks in, number 20 for the Golden Eagles, 5'8" freshman from Temecula, California. Here comes that CSI press and a near steal at midcourt. They trap Boyd, and now they steal it from Boyd. Harvey's got it, running the break, and she is going to be called for steps, trying to set it up to Harper. And timing just a little off there, so Golden Eagle turnover. Boyd cut off by Harper. She's really aggressive on the defense. Stacey Harper plays with so much energy. Doesn't have a lot of size, but she makes up for it. In the lane, Elam spins and misses a little 4-footer. And now knocked to the ground is Harper, and that's a foul. And we'll walk to the other end. And it's a parade of free throws for the Eagles here in the first quarter. 48 seconds left. In quarter number one, Eagles up 20-4. It's been a bumpy start to the season for Coach Westmoreland and the Rustlers. Winless, and they've suffered several lopsided losses here early as they have a new coach and a lot of new faces, and they lost their point guard, Liv Knapp, to the Eagles. She was a great player there for Central last year and now leading the way for CSI. Free throw for Harper is off the back rim. She'll get one more. 0 for 2 there for Harper, and rebounded away by Camia Jones at 5-1, snags that board. It's a small team for Central. They've got some good athletes. We'll see if they can settle in here against CSI. Boyd looking, cut off again. And Beige puts up a three that's way long and now kicked out of bounds. It's going to go to CSI. Haslip quickly back in. Lundgren will take a seat. And Harper will bring it up for the Eagles. Kingsa Hauska with her there, number 3. And she'll hold it here. Clayton, great shooter for the Eagles. Nice down the lane. She's grabbed and fouled. And she will shoot free throws. 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. And the fouls piling up on the visitors. We're closing in on 5:30 and still in the first quarter, so this could be a long one if the foul parade keeps up tonight. With CSI getting into the lane and getting bumped and fouled by this Central Wyoming team. Another offensive rebound. Harper, the pump fake, gets up and under, and it won't go. Boyd clears it. She's just got a few seconds and she won't get a shot off. First quarter clock expires. CSI with a 21-4 lead. We'll take a short break. Be back with quarter number 2 here on the Scenic West Athletic Network.
My name is Lisa, and I smoked for 16 years before I finally quit. When I was a smoker, I didn't want to do things that wouldn't allow me to smoke. I never went on a field trip with either one of my children. All the field trips to the zoo, I missed all of that because that little round stick was controlling so much of my life. Now I can do any of that stuff. It doesn't matter. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or visit projectfilter.org.
Welcome back to CSI Gymnasium here at the College of Southern Idaho in Twin Falls. 9th ranked CSI 21, Central Wyoming 4 here in the Coca-Cola Classic. Thanks for joining us live on the Scenic West Athletic Network. Excited to bring it to you. Mike Christensen alongside our camera operator, Phoebe Hamilton, who does an outstanding job for us. And ball in possession here of the visitors, the Rustlers. Melanie Garcia with it, now on the block to Beige. She gives it up. And Lisa New will back in, kick it up top to Boyd. Nice drive to the bucket, beautiful drop off to New, and it falls off the rim. Tough break for the Rustlers. Had a good look there. Hedrick back in, and she gets another rebound. Clayton hands it off to Knapp. And the point guard will set up the offense. Looking for Jones on the back cut, but stolen away by Beige for Central Wyoming. And we go the other way. Knapp a near steal there against Boyd. They run that handoff weave up top and get Beige to drive. Misses. New puts it home with the foul. Lisa New, 5'11" sophomore from Brisbane, Australia. And she puts it in to cut the deficit to 21-6. She'll have a free throw here for Central. That one long off the back rim. Boyd's shot won't go, and Jones with the rebound. Here comes Hedrick. Drop-off pass nicely to Eskelson. Up and off the glass. Beautiful underhand scoop for Kennedy. Eskelson and the sophomore puts it down. CSI up 23-6. Savannah Bees drive. She averages just under 11 points a game for this team. CSI near steal and dive and foul there is going to be called, I believe, on Hedrick. Going for that loose ball. And Liz Christensen, number 30, will check back in for Golden Eagles, and Clayton will take a seat. CSI goes a bit bigger here. New holds it up top, looks for the back cut to Bees. He runs into the lane, misses it against Jones. The offensive rebound and a tie-up is going to go to CSI. So Golden Eagles will get it back up 17. 8:20 to go here in the first half. Knapp into the front court. Outstanding floor general and shooter. Jones gets a good look at a three. Can't quite get it to go, and Boyd clears it. CSI been a little off from the outside other than Haslip knocking one down. New will drive and go to Boyd. And another turnover. Boyd trying to look for Garcia in the corner, and goes off number 22's hands and out of bounds. And Elam quickly back in. And Garcia will take a seat. See if Knapp can get going. She can score in a bunch when she looks for a shot. Been pretty happy to facilitate today. And down low, Christensen. The fadeaway J is good for the 6'3 sophomore. Air ball there, and Hedrick clears it. Eagles on the run. Eskelson drives the lane, scoops off the glass too hard, and New clears it for Central. We go the other way quickly. New trying to go end to end, fires it off to the side, and the length of CSI just limiting looks for Central. They're having a tough time getting shots off. Good defense here, and they reset it up top. Mendoza to Elam. Eagles trying to make him settle for tough shots. Elam the fadeaway, comes off the rim. Hedrick clears it. She might hit double-figure rebounds in the first half. She'll back it out for the Eagles. Knapp comes and gets it, and here we go. Knapp looking for a shot. Off the rim. And Boyd secures the rebound with 6:30 to go in half number one. CSI in control, 25-6 lead for Coach Rogers. And his staff is assisted by some great coaches, including Reggie Larry, the former CSI men's star. Jane Jones, Felicity Jones on that bench as well. Felicity Jones, a former Golden Eagle herself, about a decade ago. Boyd will get 2 free throws. First one's long and off the back rim. Second one also long, and Lundgren clears it for the Eagles. And here comes CSI. And knocked out of bounds. That will stay with CSI. And Stothard will come in for the Eagles, number 24. The Australian loves the beach. Three ball. Off the mark. Cleared away by Beige. CSI dominating without really hitting their outside shots. If those start falling, this could really get one-sided. Drive by Beige. She'll back in now. Spin it up off the rim. No good. Christensen comes the other way. Gets a good look for Lundgren, and her three is short. New fires it down to Elam, and she scores it off the glass amongst the trees. Nice job finishing that one for Taylor Elam. 25-8 CSI. Christensen holds. And Eskelson, beautiful drive, gets in the lane. Kennedy Eskelson off the glass with the kiss. 27-8 Eagles. CSI looking to go 5-1 on the season with a win here today. North Idaho coming in tomorrow at 5. Knapp up the floor, kind of runs into Boyd and loses the ball. Just wasn't really aware of Chevelle Boyd running right next to her. Kind of lost that basketball out of bounds. Substitutions for CSI, quite a few of them. Izzy Arvey into the game. Kinga Stauhauska in as well. That'll take us to immediate timeout. We will take it and be right back here on the Scenic West Athletic Network. CSI up 27-8.
Fisher's Technology examined all the technology we had. So they went from printer to printer. I think we had 3 or 4 printers at the time. Evaluated exactly what they need. We told them what we wanted to do, what we couldn't do. They went back, did some evaluations, did some research, and came and presented to us exactly what we needed. And they heard us the first time. One of the main benefits is that the customer service. Every time we call, they know exactly who's on the phone. They come within an hour. The person's local, and they stay until it's fixed. And that's really awesome when you're on time crunches.
Welcome back to the College of Southern Idaho. Mike Christensen with you. CSI ranked 9th in the country and with a dominating 27-8 lead against the winless Central Wyoming Rustlers here. Second quarter action, 4:59 to go until halftime. It's the Coca-Cola Classic here, 2 days of games. Earlier today, North Idaho beating Community Christian out of California, 64-54. Boyd, nice drive, tries to dump it off in traffic, and it's picked off by Izzy Arvey and the Eagles. She'll push it, go to the wing. Stauhauska, nice drive. She'll float it, can't score it, but Lundgren rebounds. Another chance for CSI. Stothard to Arvey. Open up top is Lundgren, now off the corner. CSI really moving that offense. Shot clock down to 6. Open top of the key is Christensen, and she's well short on that. Arvey hustles for it, and coming away with it is Beige for Central Wyoming. Varela cut off, and now Boyd will try against the defense of Stauhauska. Deep 3 off the rim after crashing off the backboard there. Elam into the lane. She's been aggressive offensively, but can't finish that one. Blocked away by the Eagles. Arvey into the front court. Goes through the legs and sets up the offense. She drives, gets in, open 15-footer. Off the back heel, Christensen dominating on the glass. Easily up and in. And Alyssa Christensen puts it home to make it 29-8 CSI. As we have 3.5 minutes or so to go until the break. Boyd drives in a timeout. Quick 30-second timeout for Central. They're going to try and talk it over and figure some things out here. As Christensen, the health science major, headed for Boise State. She says Candace Parker, her favorite player. She makes a lot of plays that remind you of that WNBA star. She puts that one home off the glass. Right back. 3:34 to go till halftime here on the Scenic West Athletic Network. It's number 9 CSI in Central Wyoming. Thanks for joining us on this Friday evening. Elam caught in the trees and a foul called. Oh, nope, going to say out of bounds. Elam stepping out of bounds on the baseline there. Ball goes back to the Eagles, and Haslip comes in for Lundgren. It's Coach Rogers using that bench today, getting players in and out. They try to keep the energy up. He said they were really going to get after it today. They knew they were big favorites. Probably a lopsided matchup, but they really wanted to come out and play hard. Down low. Stauhauska puts it home. King of Bing a Bing is what they like to call her. And she puts it off the glass for 2. 3:05 to go. Elam quickly the other way. Loses her footing and travels. Good defense by Arby, cutting her off. Number 4 guarding number 4, and a nice stop there for CSI. And Arby getting a good chance to get some run at the point guard spot. We'll lock it up with 3 minutes to go. Haslip the jab step. Now underneath, open is Stauhauska, and again off the glass. Back-to-back buckets inside for the Polish sophomore. Her family back home in Poland. Shout out to the Stauhauska family. Kinga with back-to-back buckets in the lane. Doing a nice job for CSI here off the bench. 33-8, Golden Eagles a commanding 25-point lead. Elam kicks to the corner. It's an open look, and it won't quite go. But the putback also won't go and knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Central. Good look for Garcia, just couldn't get it to go, and Colley's follow shot falls off the rim. Ivanovich back in. One of 2 double-digit scores on this team on the season, and there's a 3 for Crisel Mendoza, the 5'1 guard from Texas. She's a freshman. She knocks it down to get Central into double figures, make it 33-11. Stauhauska, dump off to Christensen. Her turnaround is good. She is just dominating inside. The 6'3 sophomore showing off her talent.
2 minutes.
Mendoza dances around outside, bumped and fouled by Haslip.
CSI personal foul number 22, Callie Haslip. First personal, 4th team foul.
Alexis Varela, Megan Urbanski, number 24, will inbound it here for Central. And now they throw it away. Stauhauska with the steal. She races up the floor to Arvey. She'll pull up for the open look 3. Oh, just off the mark there. Rebounded by Stothard. She'll back it out. Kicks it up top. Haslip will get in the lane and takes a bump and gets fouled, and she'll earn a trip to the line with 90 seconds to go in the half. CSI up 24. Tacey Harper, the sophomore transfer, back in for the Eagles. Harvey will take a seat. They rotate point guards here. Haslip's free throw is good. Second one also good. (37-11) CSI. Mendoza on the drive. Bump there by Harper, no call. Near steal by Stauhauska. Now it is knocked away loose. And up top, Mendoza will drive. Shot clock down to 5 as Beige drives in the lane, floats it up, comes up short. Stauhauska given great minutes, throws it down floor. She's got Stothard. Chases it down. She's stuck in the corner. Finds Christensen. She seals and scores underneath. Nice job. Stothard to stay in bound. Good assist there to Christensen. And CSI expands that lead to 39-11. Another loose ball. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay here. Looked like that went off Colley as they wrestled for it, but it'll stay with Central. And Garcia will pass it in. Beige bumped by Stauhauska. She's really played well for the Golden Eagles. Kinga Stauhauska, 5'8", out of Poland. Part of this Golden Eagle roster a season ago. Free throws for Ivana Beige. Serbian is off the mark on the first one. 40 seconds to go till halftime. It's 39-11. CSI cruising toward a victory. And later tonight, we switch over to the right physical therapy shootout as the men take the floor. CSI number 7 ranks 7th and 6-0 on the season. They will host Wenatchee Valley College out of Washington in the 7 o'clock matchup. Christensen, another turnaround. This one comes up a little bit short, and with 25 seconds, they push it up the other way. Drive into the lane, off balance, floater goes. Nice job by Garcia, twisting her body and somehow able to flip that into the hoop. 39-14. Stothard holding. Haslip has it with 7 seconds. Trying to take the last shot of the half here. Callie will drive and kill a cow. Oh, off the mark, off the back rim. And that'll take us to halftime. CSI with a 39-14 advantage here. We'll be back to recap half number 1, give you some first half stats, and get you ready for the third quarter as the Golden Eagles 25-point lead at intermission. We'll be right back here on the Scenic West Athletic Network.
We are here for the long run because we live here. We are based in Idaho, led in Idaho, with the mission of serving the people of Idaho. If every other health insurance company left the state, we would still be here. We're Blue Cross of Idaho. We're always on your side, and that will never change.
No. Come on, where is it?
Dave, it's your Idaho Central app here. Any chance you're missing a debit card? Let's get that taken care of for you. With ICCU's card control, you can turn any card off with the tap of your finger.
You've got it.
And back on again. Out, 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 out. The closest Idaho Central Credit Union branch is in your pocket.
Welcome back. Halftime here at the College of Southern Idaho. CSI women with a 39-14 lead over Central Wyoming. Some first half leaders for you. Of course, Central with just the 14 points. So the leading scorer is Taylor Elam with 4 points. A couple players with 3, Mendoza and Beige. And CSI dominating on the glass. 29 rebounds to 21, 12 turnovers for Central as well. CSI taking care of it pretty well with just 6 turnovers on their side here at intermission. The Golden Eagles got a team-high 8 points from Alyssa Christensen, 4 of 8 shooting. She had 9 rebounds as well and a block shot to go with that. 8 points. And Jill Lundgren, the other 6'3" player for the Eagles, scored 6 points, had 4 rebounds. Hedrick, 7 rebounds in that first half as CSI dominated on the glass there, especially early in that first quarter before things evened off. Kennedy Eskelson, a very solid first half for CSI, scoring 6 points. And off the bench, of course, Courtney Stothard with 6. A lot of that coming from the foul line, all of it actually. She's only taken one shot from the field, missed a three. She's 6 of 6 at the foul line, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And the Golden Eagles with the 39-14 lead. We'll let you enjoy a little bit of this halftime dance performance, and then we'll be back with more here on the Scenic West Athletic Network. While we're enjoying some of the halftime dance festivities by this great group of dancers out there, I want to give a shout out today, 13th birthday for Jill Christensen. My daughter Jill turning 13 today. She's officially a teenager. She's an awesome, amazing young lady, so happy birthday to Jill today. Hope you have a wonderful birthday evening. Sorry that I'm not there to celebrate with you, but hope you're having a great time, Jill. Oh, just about lost her there, and they caught her. Nice catch by the dancers. Earlier today on the men's side of the bracket, which is the Wright Physical Therapy Shootout, Snow College hammered Central Wyoming 102-75. Coach Andrew May's Snow College team 6-0 on the season, off to a solid start. And they had a load of guys in double figures. Actually, the leading scorer was Dylan Jones off the bench with 17. Hayden Franson had 15 points. 3 guys scored a dozen. Zach Vincentine, Chase Potter, and Jameer Stevens. Clayton Southwick added 11. So dominating performance for Snow College as they go to 6-0 on the season. CSI, of course, will not play Snow this weekend as part of the shootout, but they'll meet them in Scenic West Athletic play here down the road. Central Wyoming, of the 75 points, 18 of them 18 of those came from Niahi Black. He goes by Black Bear is his nickname. He scored 18 to lead the way with 6 rebounds, and off the bench, Trey Sims had 17 points for Central Wyoming. Central shot 44%, Snow College 55%, and dominating that one. So look forward to seeing Snow down the road as the Eagles will face them in conference play. Those will be some great battles down the road. If you missed it in our open, we had a chance to have a nice visit with Coach Randy Rogers and talk about the season thus far, the trip they had to Florida last week. And we'll give you a chance to hear that if you missed it, and then we'll be back with half number 2. All right, Coach Rogers, last week, trip down to Florida, 3 games down there. Your team went 2-1. Just talk about that trip and the season so far heading into tonight.
Yeah, it was a great trip. You know, it was fun to get away from, playing teams out here in the West and go back to the East, where 2 of those teams were 2 of the best teams in the country last year. Eastern Florida was really good last year, and so is Florida Southwest. They got upset by Chipola in the conference tournament. Didn't go to the Nationals after being ranked top 10 all year. So both those teams will have a chance to get back to the national tournament. Playing them on their floor with all the travel, the flights, we flew into Tampa, then we had to drive through, 2.5 hours down to Fort Myers, and but it was good. We were able to take the kids down to the beach and show them the disaster. And it was just, that's not great, but
pretty humbling.
Oh my goodness, it shocked me to see some of the stuff I saw still, and that's 6 weeks after. So, but we really couldn't help. They wouldn't let us help. They still had disaster people there helping and stuff. But it was a good trip. And then on the floor, we played a Miami-Dade team that I felt like we were 20 to 30 points better than. They kept kind of keeping it close. I thought that was our worst game we played. End up winning that game. And then we had Florida Southwest on their own floor. We were getting them pretty good for a long time, and then we let them come back and cut that into that lead and made it a game at the end. So Eastern Florida, just, a combination of they're really, really good. A lot of size, a lot of good shooters, a lot of Division I transfers that they have came in from that were playing Division I last year, with some of the kids back from last year. So they were legit. We hung in there for a while, then they kind of spaced it out just a little bit. And then sorry, did you stop that? I'm sorry. I don't know. But yeah, I think overall got to play 2 ranked teams, and I thought our kids competed. One thing we're doing, we're competing, and we're excited to get back at it tonight.
Do you feel like your team grew from the experience in Florida? Was better?
I think so. I think what we grew at is the visual and the physical play and what the national tournament looks like. Sometimes we don't get that out here unless we go and play, teams in Texas and stuff. But that's what the majority of the teams back at the national tournament from Florida and Texas and are really athletic, good size, a lot of Division I players. And so I think that was an eye opener for some of our kids. But it wasn't a lack of hey, how are we going to beat this team? I really believe that we felt like we can compete with these guys and have a chance to beat them. So I think in that, and I think the kids know that they're still competing for time on the floor. And so you'll see our kids even tonight with this team. They're not going to come out and just be light. We're going to get after it, and we'll hold them accountable and try to get better at some things that we're not doing a very good job at right now.
So looking at these two, Coca-Cola Classic, you get Central Wyoming tonight. They haven't won yet this year, and tomorrow an old SWAC foe in North Idaho is here in town. So what are your thoughts on these 2 games?
Well, Central's got a new coach. They obviously have a new point guard because we have their point guard from last year's team with Liv Knapp. They're competing. When I watch them, they're small and they play fast and they try to get to the rim. And if we're not guarding and being in help side and gap, they're going to get to the rim and then you're at the mercy of possibly put them on the foul line, stopping the game. I think the slower paced game with lots of stoppages is a huge disadvantage for us. And we talk to our kids a lot about that. No more fouling away from the basket, 94 feet, reaching when a player's going away from the ball or the basket. So there's just so many things we're trying to correct. Our rebounding's got to get better. We've had big rebounding games, but I think we're out rebounding our opponents by 2 right now because we got out rebounded pretty bad in Florida. Miami-Dade had 29 offensive rebounds on us, and 59 rebounds total, and we still won that game by 15 or so. So we got to get better at that, and we're talking about that, and there'll be some new, not punishment, but some attention grabbers on Monday morning for kids that aren't boxing out, for kids that aren't going through the glass when they need to go to the glass. So we got to get better at those things. And then the execution of our offenses. Obviously, Eastern Florida's took us out. That coach did such a good job. I don't know where she got all of our plays, but every call I made, she knew that play. We probably ran 15 different sets, and she knew them all. So it's really disappointing. I don't know if her kids did. They switched everything. So, and when they're switching a really athletic kid from, a 6'1" kid guarding me that can stay in front of me to a 6'3" kid that can stay in front of me now. So, we got to figure out what we're going to do when teams switch everything like that. And, I'd imagine these guys are going to switch it, but they're switching it with 5'5" guards. So we'll see.
A little different test. Yes. Everybody healthy, last thing for you. Everybody healthy going into
Well, we had a dislocation on Tuesday, but she's released to play right now. She dislocated her shoulder, Isabel Arby. She'll be taped up and stuff, and we're going to try to use her a little bit. But, this is going to be a big weekend for her because we want to get her some minutes, especially at the backup point guard spot. Other than that, I think we're healthy besides Braley and, Jalea Sampson still won't be able to go until the second semester. So.
Okay. Well, best of luck, Coach. Thanks for the time.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
That was CSI coach Randy Rogers pregame. And we're getting ready for half number 2 where the Eagles lead by 25 here. So we get ready for half number 2 on the birthday of Jill Christensen, who turned 13 today. Happy birthday to my daughter. We get ready to roll in the second half. We'll take one more short break here and get you ready for third quarter action between number 9 CSI and visiting Central Wyoming here in just a moment.
Hernandez. A lot of the people that I've gotten the chance to work with come in here for mostly pain. My sister had some troubles with her neck, and she wanted to try the CBD pain oil drops that we have. My dad also has like some knee problems, and he was like, I don't think it's gonna work. And then he tried it, and then I don't think he wanted to admit to me that it worked. So he would just tell my mom like secretly, like, hey, like, can you tell like Shelly that you need the CBD? But it's for me. I mean, this stuff works.
You're smart, creative, and strong. Whether it's family, friends, or business, you give your all to everything you do. At First Federal, we're the same way. We dedicate ourselves to banking so you don't have to. Our wide variety of products are designed to help you achieve your dreams, whether they're big or small. So reach for the stars, play hard, and live without regrets. You do you, and we'll do the banking.
My name is Lisa, and I smoked for 16 years before I finally quit. When I was a smoker, I didn't want to do things that wouldn't allow me to smoke. I never went on a field trip with either one of my children. All the field trips to the zoo, I missed all of that because that little round stick was controlling so much of my life. Now I can do any of that stuff. It doesn't matter. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or visit projectfilter.org.
Welcome back to the College of Southern Idaho. Mike Christian with you alongside Phoebe Hamilton operating the camera tonight. Game 2 of the Coca-Cola Classic earlier today. North Idaho College 64, Community Christian 54. Local Twin Falls High graduate Paige Beam plays for North Idaho. She had 16 rebounds to go with her, 9 points and 5 assists to help lead the way for North Idaho. But here at CSI, leading 39-14 over the visitors from Central Wyoming. No Eagles in double figures in that first half. Pretty balanced scoring. But Christensen and Hedrick had 9 and 7 rebounds respectively. CSI with an 8 rebound advantage in that first half. Definite size advantage. And a nice play right out of the locker room, but Beige unable to get it to go. And they call a travel on Knapp, who had a frustrating half. Scoreless half for Liv Knapp. She's the Golden Eagles' leading scorer on the season, averaging almost 13 a game. She only tried 3 shots in that first half, played 10 minutes, missed all of her shots, had 1 assist, a couple turnovers, so frustrating half there. And she starts the third quarter with a turnover. Boyd a nice drive, but can't finish. Christensen the rebound, and here comes Arby, who gets the start in half number 2. Coming off a dislocation injury, but she is playing really well for CSI. And giving her a good look here. Knapp quickly goes to the bench after that turnover and then comes right back to the table. Hedrick shot off the rim. She rebounds it though, fires it back to Eskelson, who scores it. And Eskelson adds to her night. She's now got 8 points. And CSI up 41-14. We got a palindrome on the scoreboard. Christensen knocks it away. Hedrick picks it up. Eagles run. Arby with it. She's got Christensen open, finds her in the lane, and she goes up and can't score it. She'll get another chance maybe here, wrestles it away, and Arby will scoop up the loose ball. And a nice drive here for Hedrick, who goes right to the lane, takes the bump, and will go to the foul line with a nice drive here. CSI with a 41-14 lead. Two free throws coming for Hedrick. She knocks down the first. Friday night crowd starting to roll in here at CSI, catching the latter part of this women's game and looking to fill up the gym for the men's contest tonight. Boyd beats the pressure. And now Beige will hold up top, get it back to Boyd. Drive, float, miss. Just having a hard time scoring against the length of the Eagles. Hedrick quickly up the floor. Jones stops, misses. With the putback by Hedrick, she adds a rebound, she adds a bucket, and the Eagles add to the lead, 45-14. And a timeout taken here on the floor. That's going to be a 30-second timeout for Central. We will take it and be back here in just a moment. .8:10 to go, third quarter. Scenic West Athletic Network. It's the 9th-ranked College of Southern Idaho up 45-14 on the Central Wyoming Rustlers here in the Coca-Cola Classic at CSI Gymnasium. And we get back to action here on the Idaho Central Credit Union Court at CSI. Beige drives. Nice move down the lane and goes off the rim and in. Beautiful move for Ivana Beige. The Serbian puts it home. Cuts the CSI lead down. Knapp into the front court. Trying to shake off what's been a bumpy night for her, especially to her standards. Over to Jones. Gives it up to Christensen. They're moving the ball well in the offense. Christensen, nice move. Gets in the lane. Puts it off the glass. 31-point cushion for the Eagles. They go down to New. She'll fire it and get it knocked out of bounds by the CSI defense. Christensen and Eskelson there. Boyd will inbound here. Looking for help, fires it way out front to Elam. Beige takes the three. Misses the three. Nice rebound, though, by Elam. She can't get the putback to go. One more chance, though. And Cammy Jones will back it out. And it's a three ball up top. And too strong for Crisel Mendoza. Hedrick will walk it up. No one picks her up. She'll take the 15-footer and miss it. Had a good chance there. No one ever came to her on the defense, and she took the open look, but off the mark. 47-16, jump ball stays with CSI, and Stothard, pretty much always the first player off the bench for the Eagles most nights, checks in here, other than the quirky little taking nap out a few seconds into the half. Eskelson, open three. Nope, but Hedrick's right there. Putback won't go. She loses it out of bounds. It's going to go to Central. Come right back here tomorrow, 5 o'clock, CSI and North Idaho. Used to be Scenic West rivals. North Idaho no longer part of the Scenic West. Change in levels, but they'll be back here. They're here in Twin Falls. They won earlier today and be playing CSI tomorrow. Knapp all the way to the lane, misses the layup. But the putback goes. Eskelson gets into double figures, won't go to the line. Nice job by Kennedy Eskelson. And Knapp's frustrating night continues. A beautiful steal, gets right to the rim and just leaves the finger roll layup a little short. But Eskelson right there to clean it up. And she'll have a free throw here. Sophomore puts it home. Eagles lead now 50 to 16, and another steal down the floor. Hedrick up and good. Eagles rolling now. All CSI dominating there. Elam backs in, loses it in traffic. dive for the ball, and going to be a foul on Hedrick coming under the legs of Elam from the backside there.
CSI personal foul on the Hedrick. That's her third personal, first team foul. Checking in for the wrestlers, number 2, Isabel Boyd, and number 24, Megan Roxby.
Boyd back in for Central. Their leading scorer at 16 a game, but she has been quiet tonight. CSI doing a nice job on her defensively. And Megan Urbanski also comes in for Central. Boyd pulling it away. They're wrestling for it. And I think they're going to call a foul on Boyd there on the reach in. Looked like she had her tied up. Said she gets a foul. She's wondering what's going on. Thought she had a jump ball. Coach Westmoreland unhappy with that call. Leighton Westmoreland, your first-year coach for Central Wyoming. And CSI will inbound on the side. Knapp will trigger and gets it into Lundgren. Back to Knapp, and the point guard will set it up. Nice floater, won't go. Christensen right there to clean it up. Spin in the lane. Try to give it up to Lundgren. She gathers it and misses it. But CSI wins the rebound battle. And Stauhauska had some great minutes in the first half. Tries to get in the lane, flips it up loosely. And up front, Christensen will think about the three. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Knapp with it, uses the screen. Christensen looking for her shot, well covered. Inside to Lundgren, and she's fouled by Elam with 5:22 to go in the third quarter. CSI up 52-16. See if they call that one on the shot or the floor. They're going to call that on the floor. CSI will inbound under its own bucket. Leading by 36. So far they have shut out Chevelle Boyd, the leading scorer for Central. Elam knocks it away. It'll stay with CSI. Not sure why Elam didn't grab the ball there. Knapp was going to inbounds, but now it'll be Kinga Stauhauska. And the Polish sophomore looks in and finds Knapp. See if we can get some nap time going here. We all love nap time. Knapp drives here, 5 seconds. Sets up Stauhauska. Her three is off the mark. Christensen hustles for it, tips it out of bounds. And Central Wyoming will have it. Hayden Colley into the game, and Melanie Garcia into the game. Stothard will come in for Eskelson. 5:01 to go, third quarter. They might get a violation here. They do get it across the half-court line, but knocked away. Eagles just swarming, and it's a jump ball, and it will stay with Central. Looked like Stothard had it, and we're going to have a timeout on the floor. So 4:47 to go. It's a media timeout. We'll take it. We'll be back here on the Scenic West Athletic Network.
We would like to thank our sponsors: K&T Steel, Right Physical Therapy, and S&D Automotive Maintenance and Repair.
The questions I had about coming to physical therapy during the pandemic are, should I wait till the pandemic's over? I've gone down that road where I've not gone to PT and things got worse. And so I decided that I wasn't going to wait. Everybody working here is wearing a mask. All the workout equipment is all spaced appropriately. I see people constantly cleaning it for my safety, and I know that they care while I'm here.
We're surrounded by viruses, and if you vape, you could be breaking down your body's ability to defend itself. The chemicals in vapor damage your lungs on a cellular level, leaving you at risk. Get the sick truth about vaping at BehindTheHaze.com. 'Cause 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 'cause
Welcome back here on the Scenic West Athletic Network. Central Wyoming inbounding. 4:47 to go, third quarter. All CSI here in this one, and a quick turnover as Central. Elam loses it out of bounds. And Jill Lundgren will pass it in for the Eagles. And Liv Knapp walks it up for CSI. Been kind of a sloppy third quarter both ways. Looking for Stothard on the cut. Nice pass by Stahowska. Lundgren, the mid-range J is good. We mentioned she has a good touch from there in the first half. Knocks that one down. Nothing but nylon. CSI stretches the lead almost to 40 here in the lane. Loose ball. Elam floats it. Misses it. It's tapped out and reset. See if Boyd can get on the board. Number 2, averages 16 a game, has not scored tonight. Blocked away, Christensen, beautiful block, and here comes the fast break. Knapp running it, goes to the alley, tries to flip it over ahead to Stothard in a turnover. Probably should have just finished that one herself in traffic. Central kind of loses it underneath and will reset. Garcia couldn't keep that ball. Stahowska steals it away, throws it ahead. Stothard will save it. Missed the layup, and we go the other way. Boyd on the run. Gets past Lundgren. In the open court, 2 Eagles are back, though. She drives it, floats it, misses it badly, and Christensen clears it. CSI ball, 54-16. Christensen will give it up. And a foul. Just a little too aggressive there for Megan Urbanski from Pine Top, Arizona. 5'5" freshman. Just getting right in the face of Christensen and bumped her off her spot there. Whistle blows and CSI will inbound with 3:22 to go, third quarter. And this one all but decided. Just got to get the last 3:22 of the third and 10 minutes of the fourth in the books here, is barring a major turnaround. CSI headed for 5-1 on the season. Callie Haslip into the game for the Eagles. And Liz Christensen will take a seat. Boyd against the defense of Arvey. Corner 3 for Boyd, off the side of the backboard. She's just having a tough night. Not getting a lot of good looks and rushed that one. Unable to get it to go. Central comes in 0-4 on the season. Their losses have been lopsided in nature, but held to 16 points in this one. They're on pace for a season low, the least they've scored all season. 101-40. Loss to Snow College. 101 for Snow, 40 for Central in their opener. And since then, they've scored at least 61 in each game. Down low, Haslip's fouled. She'll get free throws. Number 22, the talented freshman out of Washington, goes to the stripe to add to this 40-point lead for the Golden Eagles. Haslip's mom is a doctor, Dr. Brayan. She's a communications major, is Callie Haslip, interested in writing, journalism, cooking. Favorite professional player, Chelsea Gray from the Las Vegas Aces of the WNBA. Hopes to move on from CSI to be a Division I player. Definitely has showed early in her freshman season that she has the potential to do that. Knocks those down, and it's 58-16. CSI dominating this one. And another turnover for Central. That pass a little high. Watching CSI basketball on the Scenic West Athletic Network. Mike Christensen and Phoebe Hamilton bringing you this one. Scoop shot for Stauhowska, and her solid night continues as she gets in the lane and scores it. 60-16. Beige for three, hits it. Ivana Beige with a three, living up to her jersey number there, and it's 60-19. Yeah, a nice shot there for the visitors. The Rustlers trying to break that 20-point mark here in the third. $1:49 to go. Eagles inbound. They get it to Haslip down low. Harvey's looked good here in this point guard role tonight. She drives it, floats it, misses it, but Lundgren, too much size, gets another chance at it. And now loose on the floor. We may have another jump. Jump ball will belong to CSI. Women's game is so aggressive and scrappy. There tend to be a lot of loose balls and jump balls. They really get after it. And we've had our share of jump balls tonight. Harper, Domenico graduate, fires it off to Lundgren. And it rolls in. Scoops around that front rim and drops 62-19. Lundgren, a double-figure night for the Eagles. And a drive and score for Beige. Couple nice buckets in a row. She hits the three. Now she gets in the lane nicely off the glass, and it's 62-21. Central starting to find a little bit of rhythm on the offensive end after struggling most of the night. Izzy Harvey fires it off to Stauhowska. She'll protect that ball. Use the screen from Lundgren to get in the lane. Go all the way down the alley. Up and good. Stauhowska looking great tonight, and it's 64-21 for the Eagles. Stauhowska into double figures with this balanced CSI scoring. Three balls, an air ball, chased down by Mendoza. And we got a whistle, looks like inadvertent, maybe hand to the face or eye there of Ivana Beige. Kaslip got her up top there. Just trying to shake that off. And she looks like she's going to be all right. And inbounding it will be Melanie Garcia, number 22. She's out there along with 23, Alexis Varela. Number 10 is Calista New. And right there, number 0, Crisel Mendoza. And that's thrown away. No, off CSI will stay here. And Garcia will set it in again with just 26 seconds to go in the third. Mendoza finds New. She gets in the lane. Nice move up and off the glass. And Central making a little push on the offensive side, 64-23. Harper walks it up with 12 seconds to go. Looks for help. Dribbles near the CSI bench. Knocked away briefly. She gets it back. Nice down the lane. Drops it off to Haslip. And the shot misses, and that will do it for the end of this quarter. A nice dish by Harper, but Haslip couldn't get the layup to go. That takes us to the end of three here at the Coca-Cola Classic. CSI 64, Central Wyoming 23. We'll be back with quarter number 4 to wrap up the first night of the Coca-Cola Classic here on the Scenic West Athletic Network.
My name is Lisa, and I smoked for 16 years before I finally quit. When I was a smoker, I didn't want to do things that wouldn't allow me to smoke. I never went on a field trip with either one of my children. All the field trips to the zoo, I missed all of that because that little round stick was controlling so much of my life. Now I can do any of that stuff. It doesn't matter. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or visit projectfilter.org.
And we're back here at the College of Southern Idaho. Teams come back out onto the Idaho Central Credit Union court. 10 minutes on the clock, fourth quarter, 64-23 here. Day one of the Coca-Cola Classic. North Idaho 10 points better than Community Christian earlier today. CSI up big, 41-point lead here on Central Wyoming as we start the fourth. Tomorrow the teams will be in action again. Central Wyoming will face Community Christian, and CSI at 5 will go against North Idaho. Looking for a 3-ball up top is Elam. Just puts it on the deck. Pass is a little off the mark. Holly will hold. And Jones with the drive and the handoff. Boyd still looking to get on the board tonight. And stolen away. Harper has it. No numbers. She'll push it. Drop it off to Haslip. She goes up. Misses it back rim. Second chance. Good. And Haslip puts it home. 9:23 to go. CSI up big, 66-23. Tacey Harper picks it up, and Megan Urbanski will inbound it. Nearing the 9-minute mark here to go in the ball game. Boyd takes a hard bump, a blocking foul on Harper. Cammy Jones, the freshman from Washington Terrace, Utah, will inbound it for Central. Elam drives it. Nice fake of the handoff. Gets to the rim, takes a bump. And you're seeing a little bit more aggression from Central Wyoming here in the fourth quarter. 9:02 to go. 66-23. Taylor Elam, couple of shots here. She is from DeSoto, Texas. A 5'8" guard. One of the more aggressive players for the Rustlers on the offensive end. Gets that jersey top tucked in. She's ready to go. First one off the mark. Harper races it up for the Eagles. 42-point lead. Fire it down to Haslip. She spins in, gets partially blocked. Nice job by Elam. And Jones travels. Hop, skip, and a jump. Back to CSI. If you're the praying type of person, pray for very few whistles here in the fourth quarter. Harvey up top. Stauhauska's had a great night for CSI. Been very aggressive on the offensive end. She drives here, floats it off the rim, and rebounded away by Central. Boyd has a chance here in space. Pulls up. Elam loses it. Gathers it back in. Takes the mid-range J and misses that. And here comes Izzy Harvey for the Eagles. So Harvey from Blackfoot, Idaho. 5'11" freshman. Nice drive by Haslip. She loses it. And goes out of bounds off Central. Will stay with the Eagles. Just 10 total players for Central. And Coach Westmoreland keeps them rotating in and out pretty quickly. Harper finds Harvey off the glass and good. Izzy Harvey scores it. And a bump at midcourt and a foul on the Eagles. Maddie Clayton, number 20, the freshman from California, checks in. She's a good sharpshooter for CSI. See if she'll get a chance to get some shots up. And Liv Knapp, number 10, the point guard. Starting point guard has had a rough night for CSI. Not a normal self tonight, just been a little off. And we'll see if down the stretch she can kind of get her offensive groove back ahead of the North Idaho game tomorrow, which should be a little bit more challenging for the Eagles. CSI will be favored in that one as well, of course, but could be a little tougher challenge tomorrow. Knocked out of bounds by Stauhowska. And Garcia will inbound it. She's out of El Paso, Texas. She'll trigger it here for the visitors. 3 ball. Nope. Nice hustle to it by Garcia, and she scores it. Eagles just didn't hustle to the ball. Coach Rogers can't be happy with that one. And Garcia gets to it and puts it off the glass. 68-26. Knapp to Clayton. Stauhowska, the nice screen there. Gets it back. She's got an open 3. And it falls off the rim. Tough break there for Kinga, trying to put home a 3 ball here in the fourth quarter. But Knapp with the steal. And then she is fouled. It'll be CSI ball. 7:07 left in this one. Stay tuned. Post-game show. We'll have a quick rundown of the numbers, stats for you. Leaders in scoring, rebounds, assists, and whatnot. And then we will sign off and be back on hopefully around 7 o'clock to get the men's game going. Maybe a little behind schedule with the 3 preceding games today, and this one going a little long. It's been heavy on fouls and jump balls and lots of whistles today. Shot won't go. But the pass long and out of bounds. Mendoza tried to chase it down, couldn't quite get there. New and Beige will check in. Under 6.5 to go as Harper walks it up. Both point guards out there. Harper and Knapp playing here. Stauhowska, she'll drive. Harper with the J. Comes off. CSI shot just 13% from the three-point line in the first half. And really not any better here in the second half. So not a great shooting night for the Eagles, but they've been dominant otherwise. Nice move by Harper. A little step through for the 5'5 guard from Paul, Idaho, just down the road. And she puts it in. Mendoza will try a 3, and she'll back rim it. And New loses the rebound out of bounds. And not sure how that stays, but it will stay with Central Wyoming. And wholesale substitutions here. Hedrick in, Jones in, Christensen in, and Eskelson in. Knapp will stay on the floor. So basically your starting unit back for Coach Rogers and give his starters a chance here midway through the fourth to try to get in a groove together and improve. Even in a lopsided game, Boyd will drive. Wide open up top. Boyd's got a 3, and it goes halfway down and out. Coach Westmoreland trying to fire them up and build her up after that tough break. That ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to come in and call a blocking foul. Looked like it was out of bounds. It may have actually gone off of Hedrick as she lost it off her hip, but the foul is called, and she'll go to the line here and have a chance to add to CSI's lead. She'll miss the first. If you missed it early on, as we ran down some of the statistical leaders through 5 games, Kaylee Hedrick started all 5 games for the Eagles, one of their leaders in minutes played. She's averaging just under 12 points and 10 rebounds a game. Dished out 10 assists through 5 games, had a few blocks, 9 steals, almost 2 steals a game. It's really doing a lot for the Golden Eagles and already getting some looks at the Division I level as a new CSI freshman. So Great job in the early going by Kaylee Hedrick. A good guard forward, kind of wing, versatile player from Bluffdale, Utah. She's having a great freshman campaign for CSI. Christensen tries to create some space with the shoulder. Can't put it home off the back rim. 5 minutes to go. Boyd's going to lose that one. It's going to go into the backcourt. And Eskilsson stole it away, but the backcourt violation first. CSI will inbound. Hedrick goes down there. Another foul called. Scrapes up her elbow a little floor burn. That's going to take us to a media timeout. And we'll be back in just a moment with more NJCAA women's basketball action here on the Scenic West Athletic Network.
Fisher's Technology examined all the technology we had. So they went from printer to printer. I think we had 3 or 4 printers at the time. Evaluated exactly what they need. We told them what we wanted to do, what we couldn't do. They went back, did some evaluations, did some research, and came and presented to us exactly what we needed. And they heard us the first time. One of the main benefits is that the customer service, every time we call, they know exactly who's on the phone. They come within an hour. The person's local, and they stay until it's fixed. And that's really awesome when you're on time crunches.
As the CSI pep band entertains us with some Thriller, we come back here in a game that is anything but a thriller. CSI dominating here over Central Wyoming. 70-26, the 9th-ranked Golden Eagles having their way against the Rustlers on a Friday night here in Twin Falls. Mike Christensen alongside Phoebe Hamilton as we bring you Coca-Cola Classic action on the Scenic West Athletic Network. Tyler Jones is going to inbound this one, number 32 for CSI. Sophomore out of Rigby, transfer for the Eagles. Calls for it up top. Knapp will drive. Nice little hesitation move, dumps it off, and Hedrick scoops and scores. Nice job to stretch around the defense and put it home. And Hedrick adds to a nice night, and CSI stretches the lead. Beach up top, gives it to Boyd. They go around the horn here, and that's Varela. New fires it to Boyd. Can she score? She fakes the 3, gets in the lane, scores it. Chevelle Boyd gets one to go. Got a little pep in her step after that nice drive and score. 16 a game and been pretty much shut out here tonight. Christensen working hard on the post. Knapp gets it back on the cut. Fades away and can't get it to go. Jones blocked away from behind. And Beach comes up with it. She'll race front court. Fire to New. She'll take a 3. And she'll hit the 3. At least the New 5'11 sophomore from Brisbane, Australia. 72-31 Eagles. Knapp on the drive. Gets in the lane. Looking for help. She'll have a 15-footer from the side. She airballs it, but Hedrick gets it. And Jones, 3rd time's a charm. She'll put it home for CSI. Knapp's frustrating night continues. Airball on that one. She's usually money on those open jumpers. Just one of those nights. It happens in the game of basketball. Knapp with the rebound here. Into the front court to Jones. Eskilsson, nice fast break. Beautifully executed, getting it up the floor. And Jones the assist. Eskilsson the lay-in. CSI with the 76-31 lead. And Coach Westmoreland wants to talk it over, see what he can draw up to help his team grow and improve here in the final 2:49. So we will take this time out and be right back on the Scenic West Athletic Network.
My name is Lisa, and I smoked for 16 years before I finally quit. When I was a smoker, I didn't want to do things that wouldn't allow me to smoke. I never went on a field trip with either one of my children. All the field trips to the zoo, I missed all of that because that little round stick was controlling so much of my life. Now I can do any of that stuff. It doesn't matter. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or visit projectfilter.org.
Final 2:49 here. You're watching CSI basketball. Scenic West Athletic Network. Inbound comes to New, who just knocked down that 3-ball. Season low in scoring for the visitors of Central Wyoming thus far. They only scored 40 in their opening loss to Snow College. Just 31 here today. We'll see what they can do in the last couple of minutes. Hedrick will lose that one, and it's stolen away by Central. Urbanski to Boyd, and here we go. Boyd had that nice driving layup a minute ago, so try to use the new screen. Gives it up. Fire to the corner. Urbanski will drive, float it, and takes a hit. Probably should have gone to the foul line as Hedrick swiped down and hit her in the face. No whistle. Bucket goes. 76-33. 3-ball. Stothard. That's going to come up just a little short. But Urbanski can't handle it. Goes out of bounds off of her. Pine Top, Arizona product. Mishandles the rebound. We're under 2 minutes left. Minute 56 to go. Eskelson will sit down after a solid day for the Eagles. Jones, a handoff to Stothard. Courtney passes it off to Limnap. Izzy Harvey, Tylee Jones. They work it around here. Jones takes the J. Comes just off the mark. The transfer can't hit it for the Eagles. New drives, kicks it off to Jones, number 1, and wrestled away by Arvey. That's going to probably be a jump ball. It is. It'll belong to CSI, and we'll get a chance to see Maddie Clayton into the lineup for the Eagles. Number 20, young freshman, has gotten some good experience here in the early going for the Eagles. Nickname is Mads. She's the daughter of James and Julianne Clayton. Has a couple of siblings, an older brother and a younger brother. In that dreaded middle child spot, but here she is playing for the Golden Eagles, making the family proud. Another jump ball. This one will give it back to Central with 1:14 to go. Bees' 3 won't go. Stahowski tips it. Clayton rebounds. She's pretty musical. Plays the piano and the trumpet, along with multiple sports, soccer, volleyball. Here on the basketball court for the Eagles. Gives it up to Haslip, and she's bumped and fouled. Harvey will trigger it in here. Looks for cutters, finds Stahowska wide open. She adds to her career night, knocks in the layup. We'll run down scoring leaders and totals for you here in the postgame. And if you're looking for the CSI men's game, they'll get started a little after 7. This one going a little bit long. We'll put 15 or 20 minutes on the clock for the men to warm up. Callie Hazel picks that one up. Foul number 4. Free throw off the mark there for Melanie Garcia. The El Paso, Texas product will get one more with 34 seconds left in this one. CSI up 45. She cuts it to 44 there with the make, rattles that home. Harvey will walk it into the front court, and we'll finish this one off here. Fires into the corner to Clayton. She'll drive, she'll float, she'll miss. Stothard back up and in. Courtney Stothard makes Mom Veronica proud, puts it off the glass and home. 22 seconds to go. Front court, Jones will hold. Down 15 seconds left. Stolen away by Stothard. She'll bring it into the front court. And she will back it out and let the clock tick away. And that's going to be your final. College of Southern Idaho, 80. Central Wyoming, 34. 9th ranked Golden Eagles go to 5-1 on the season. We'll take a short break, be back with your post-game show, and hopefully a short visit with Coach Rogers if he can make his way up here to visit with us. And then we will have men's action later tonight here on the Scenic West Athletic Network. So stay tuned. We'll be back in just a moment.
We would like to thank our sponsors: K&T Steel, Right Physical Therapy, and S&D Automotive Maintenance and Repair.
The questions I had about coming to physical therapy during the pandemic are, should I wait till the pandemic's over? I've gone down that road where I've not gone to PT and things got worse. And so I decided that I wasn't going to wait. Everybody working here is wearing a mask. All the workout equipment is all spaced appropriately. I see people constantly cleaning it for my safety, and I know that they care while I'm here.
We're surrounded by viruses, and if you vape, you could be breaking down your body's ability to defend itself. The chemicals in vapor damage your lungs on a cellular level, leaving you at risk. Get the sick truth about vaping at BehindTheHaze.com.
Fisher's Technology examined all the technology we had. So they went from printer to printer. I think we had 3 or 4 printers at the time. Evaluated exactly what they need. We told them what we wanted to do, what we couldn't do. They went back, did some evaluations, did some research, and came and presented to us exactly what we needed. And they heard us the first time. One of the main benefits is that the customer service, every time we call, they know exactly who's on the phone. They come within an hour. The person's local, and they stay until it's fixed. And that's really awesome when you're on time crunches.
We're back here at the College of Southern Idaho, where the CSI women, ranked 9th in the country, take an 80-34 victory over Central Wyoming in the opener. Golden Eagles go to 5-1 on the season and look to improve on that number 9 ranking. Final stats making their way up here. This was game 2 here in the CSI Coca-Cola Classic. North Idaho, a 64-54 winner over Community Christian earlier today. Just lost our lights up here. Run down a few stats for you from the women's game as we conclude this one. Leading scorer on the night for CSI was Alyssa Christensen, the sophomore, with 12 points, 14 rebounds for CSI. Several players in double figures. Kennedy Eskelson with 11. Kaylee Hedrick had 10 points and a team-high 15 rebounds. Kinga Stahowska had 10 points for the Eagles, 5 of 9 shooting. A couple of rebounds, couple of steals. Jill Lundgren also had 10 points, reaching double figures. Callie Haslip with 9. Courtney Stothard with 8 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. She did a little bit of everything for the Eagles. For Central Wyoming, the leading scorer was Ivana Beige with 10 points. No other players reached double figures. She also had 9 rebounds to lead the way. So the CSI women go to 5-1 with a big win. We'll sign off and be back here with the men's game on the Scenic West Athletic Conference later tonight. So join us for that. And be back here tomorrow as CSI takes on North Idaho at 5 o'clock here in the Coca-Cola Classic. Thanks and have a great night.